Hello, you're listening to No Kids, No Pain. I'm Romina Puma.
And I'm Luca Cupani, and this podcast is about the choice of being child-free.
Each week we will explore the topic of choosing not to have kids.
And we would love to hear from you too.
If you decide to be child-free,
don't feel guilty, this is the podcast for you.
And if you have kids,
here's what you're missing out.
Hello, Luca.
Hello, Romina.
How are you doing?
Good, great.
Fabulous, fabulous. So let's get into this new episode. So
yes.
We were thinking about words, right?
Yeah.
Which is the right word? We were thinking child-free suits us better than childless.
Yes.
Because it feels like we are less, but we are not. Are we?
Exactly. It's like saying bald instead of hairless. I self-identify as bald. It's also because it sounds similar to bald. As
You're very bold.
Yeah, if you misspell, it sounds also like you're daring and good. Yeah, child-free. It's positive because we're not less just because we don't have kids. I think that there are people who think, oh, but I'm missing. I haven't I haven't ticked the box.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think this is ingrained in all of us, maybe.
Yeah,
but we should,
it's because the usual thing, right? Society dictates a little bit what we are supposed to do, and all this, which is again, it's very ridiculous, right? I mean, it's my choice, and my choice is that I don't want kids. Why do I have to have kids? Because society otherwise looks us
exactly, because
in a weird way.
For some people it's like if there's a window slowly closing, a window of opportunity, and after that you missed it, so your life will be always missing a bit.
No, but we are not. We are actually quite full of things that we do, and most of those things we won't be able to do them if we had kids.
Exactly, because these are two paths, two roads. They are two equally enjoyable type of life you can have. If you want kids, if you feel your life is fulfilled with kids, perfect. You probably are a parent. You will be a parent because that's the mindset you have. If you don't want, if you are scared of the idea of having kids and you don't want them, and you only feel, oh, maybe I should have them because technically I can, or biologically I can, or people around me are having them, that's not a good answer. Maybe you are open to a child-free life, which can be full of many things, more time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was actually reading an article, right? That it was about, being child-free, and actually 1 in 5 people are without kids.
Good.
And it was saying, but what if you then regret this choice of not having kids? And this study actually showed that the one that were actually having regrets are the one who have kids.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cannot say unless apart from some crime story that clearly shows a sort of a problem within the family.
Yeah.
They cannot say much. They can maybe there, but there are some maybe.
Yeah, because I think once you have a kid, then you realize, oh, I'm missing out on things that you probably, that you want to do, and then you can't because, you need to look after this kid, and it takes up a lot of time, and you can't just...
Because there are choices, and so I think that people that are judged to be sort of bad parents are, and sometimes they are bad parents, because they made a choice that then they cannot really live with, because they would like to spend more time doing what maybe they like, but they have to do something with their kids, and they choose, no, I'm gonna do what I like, and then they become like the selfish parents who do not spend enough time and love with kids. Good news, if you are child-free, you are your own baby. You and your partner are the only people that are important in your relationship. So you can do and I would say we should remove the guilt we have. I mean, we should really embrace fully
Absolutely.
our possibilities. So
I think we've been bombarded way too much with this perfect picture of the perfect family, that is what kind of happiness is all about, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think it is all about. When you have a kid, it fulfill your life. It will make you, a complete person. But that can't be always the case. At least for me, it's not the case for me. I feel pretty fulfilled the way as I
am. Because you're a thing to do, and you're busy in your life, and every day is important. Like I was talking with my therapist, she has kids, but she's very happy that I don't want to have kids. And she was telling me there are things as a parent she cannot do because the kids are still are not they haven't left the nest yet, and she's is in Italy, so when will they, we don't know when they finally leave the nest. And so until that, of course, you cannot if they're too little, they will wake up very early in the morning. They will doesn't matter if it's a Sunday or a Saturday. If they are teenagers, you have to drive them to some practice sport or to meet friends or
various activities that they do,
or you have to let them go but then getting anxious, will they text me when they arrive, do I have to pick them up, so
become friend with people who have kids, although maybe you don't even like them, but just for the sake to have a company for your son or daughter.
What if your kids' best friends have parents that you really don't like, so they're best friends, but you don't know what to tell to those people.
And also the other thing is, when you have kids, you can only go on holiday when they are on holiday. Whether if you don't have kids, you can, depending on your job, obviously. But to be fair, since I moved here to the UK, I never went on holiday in August, whether in Italy or
because
Italian.
it's more expensive. True.
You only go on holiday in August, which is the busiest time and the most expensive time.
Or half term. If you can, you avoid half term. Half term is when all the families can finally go somewhere, and they probably, if the kids are little,
so
they go with the kids.
In the end, it's cheaper not to have kids because you can go on cheaper holidays. Kids are very expensive, so you don't have that expense. I mean, again, to be fair, I can't find any cons on not having kids.
And I think it's a sort of interesting, I would say, healthy wake-up call for responsibility, to be responsible for your own life. Like, you don't have kids because deep down you know you don't want them, you don't know what to do with them, and
but some people say that if you don't have kids, that it means that you're not a responsible person. Well, I'm still here alive with all my things. I don't have any debts, or I haven't broken any laws or anything, so I think I have my head on my neck.
But also we all know people who had parents who turned out to be sort of bad parents, or left the family because they didn't want to take responsibility. So again, being responsible or being a responsible...
It's a myth that doesn't exist.
It doesn't come with kids. It's not that giving birth to someone makes you responsible.
Or a better person.
Yeah, and not having kids makes you unresponsible. Chances are you are already either a responsible person or a not responsible person, and then we will find out. And if you have kids, this will damage them eventually. If you don't have kids.
But the only thing that I can think of is that if you have kids, probably you become a slightly more patient person. Maybe
with
but even that, I'm not sure, because like I give you an example, right? I'm very impatient.
Yes.
You know that I lose my temper quite easily. But like when I started dating with my partner, he doesn't like that side of me. And because I know that he doesn't like that, I became way more like now if like I go like crazy mental, I just breathe, count to 10, and then I speak.
But that's great, and it's about personal growth. That's something we should do regardless our choice with kids or not.
Yeah, but it looks like a society says that you can have only this kind of major changes only if you have kids, in a way.
Yeah, but it's the same society, for example, especially in Italy, but maybe also in this country, that makes you think that you choose your career, and then it's weird. It's accepted, but not so common to change completely your career or to have a change of life, and they call it maybe midlife crisis. But I would say you have to. And there are a lot of myths. We probably, even in the next episode, we will be able to explore them a bit more and to talk about it. But I would end this episode with one consideration. Some people say, yes, I have kids, and before having them, I didn't have. So now I know both worlds. This is not exactly true, because like if you lived until 25 or 30 years old without kids, then you got married or found a partner and you started a family, you only know how is to be our life is without kids until you're 30. You don't know how good or bad it is being 40 or 45 years old without kids, child free. Because
marvelous. I can tell you, it's marvelous.
But that's a life you haven't experienced. So you only think about if you have kids and you think how your life before kids, probably it was in your late 20s or early 30s.
And the other funny thing I noticed is when people have kids, then in a way they kind of can't wait until they have that certain age that gives them a little bit more freedom, because like they are old enough that I can leave him alone, it goes out there and I can do my things. I can, it doesn't have to be with me all the time.
Because again, it's about happiness and being aware that whichever choice you make, the best thing would be to choose what makes you happy now rather than later on. Like if someone tells you, oh, I love my job because in 20 years I can get a retirement, that chances are maybe your job is not good. You chose to endure something you don't like just because in 20 years time you have the possibility to be
of it.
Yeah, it's like if you once I was talking to someone, she said, oh, I love my city, which will not mention, because I'm very close to the airport and in 15 minutes I can be anywhere else. Yeah, so it doesn't really sound like a good city. Yeah, you are okay, so you like not to be there.
Does that person live in the anger?
No, there was very good public transport system.
Yeah.
But again, yes, if the best thing about your town or city is that in 15 years, in 15 minutes, you can be at the gate on board on a plane out to leave the town, maybe that's not the town for you. Maybe look for what makes you happy. Yeah. Maybe you're born to be somewhere else.
Yeah, so I think we come to the end of this episode. So for you, which word would you use? Child-free or childless?
Hairless or bald?
Or baldless. I don't know.
Baldless, yes. Oh,
it sounds a bit weird. Anyway, we're making up words here. Anyway, as usual, we want to hear from you. So you can get in touch via email, nokidsnopain@gmail.com.
Yes, and you can also write and get in touch with us on social media, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. No Kids No Pain, one word. So please let us know and follow and subscribe.
Yeah, and comment and share and all that pavlava. We like that. We want to hear from you. Okay, that's all from us. I've been Romina.
And I've been Luca. Thank you so much.
Ciao.
Ciao.